Greetings, YouTube. This is actually a new series that I am thinking about actually doing. It's not going to be vlogs like this, more or less. It's actually going to be me talking, but with animation. I'm going to see what I can do. But for right now, let's talk about Dungeons & Dragons. Most of my series is going to probably be about, like, me playing Dungeons & Dragons with my friends, and also playing other role-playing games that you might actually be interested in, such as like Paranoia and the like, you know. Yeah. Most of it is Dungeons & Dragons, but I also will tell about my tales of games of Paranoia that we played, plus also of World of Darkness. That would be like Vampire the Masquerade, Werewolf, also Mage the Ascension. There was also one that had to do with the Witch Hunters, you know, all that. We kind of mashed them all together. Plus a lot of LARPing and stuff talks about this. Anyways, like in Dungeons & Dragons, me and my friends decided to do was our own homebrew games. We don't do it like some of the other YouTubers that you have seen, where you have is a DM. In my day, we called them DMs, you know, Dungeon Masters. We didn't call them Game Masters, they were Dungeon Masters. Dungeons & Dragons, you have as a DM, a Dungeon Master. That's how it was. And we played with AD&D 2nd edition. And you might say, oh my god, horrible! Well, it's not too bad, especially at the time when it first came out. You know, in the late 80s, early 90s of the Advanced Dungeons & Dragons set. Plus, we were also playing was the original one way back in the 70s. You know, stuff. Plus, we had was the board game, a lot of video games and computer games, Dungeons & Dragons. Plus the novelizations. Plus, we had was the animated series called, you know, Dungeons & Dragons. But anyways, with our games, this is how it kind of worked. With each one of us playing as the Dungeon Master, we had our own little styles. Mine, for instance, was like, I had was a quest, but I let the players play the game the way they want to. I focus on was story plus entertainment. For us, it was always about fun, and I always gave the spotlight to every character that was in play, because I want every player to shine through, to be the hero of their personal tale, so they would have tales of glory, tales of woe of their character that was engaging, you know. And that's what happens, especially when I was the DM, and plus even with my other friends, that when they were doing DMing, we kind of evolved in that way. We were also obsessed with rules. Especially me, I decided to do was construct a whole new set of rules. Basically a more advanced compendium to the original set. And also later editions, much more advanced. Because we had books on mental problems, you know, psychosis and stuff like that. Plus books on addictions to narcotics, plus alcohol and stuff like that, including of legalized drugs and whatever, and hallucinogenics and whatever. You know, because these books were actual medical books that told you what it was, what it does to you, you know, different side effects and things like this. So we add as much realism as possible. One of our players, his name is Frank Perkins. He was an obsession of talking about masturbation. We kind of got sick of it after a while, because in the beginning it was kind of funny, you know. We always had like certain things, certain actions where like, okay, you're talking out of character, just having goof, you know. It's not too serious. We're here to have fun. But when he keeps on doing this over and over, it gets annoying. So I devised was a whole new set of rules. Everybody agreed upon these, including Frank, unbeknownst to him. But we kind of use this as like, dude, you would not take the hint. We've told you many times, stop doing this. He keeps on saying his character masturbates, and he says, oh, no, I'm just kidding. That didn't happen, and changes his mind. So we got sick of it, roll, dice on it. And how it was that when he talks about this, he has to make as a safe throw against it. He got so bad, so I had him fucking rolling safe throws constantly, every few minutes or whatever. If there was another character, especially female or whatever, male or female or whatever, have to make fucking rolls. And if he failed these rolls, and this has happened, to where he failed the roll like a critical failure, he had to do was literally whip his penis out of his pants, if he had pants or whatever, and just played with himself, even though it was in combat. This actually happened, where he got so excited, his character did, he had to masturbate while in the middle of combat. Couldn't do shit. It freaked even the other guys out, the enemy. They're like, whoa, you are fucking weird. They left him alone. This was the only way that actually it saved his life. I rolled, are these guys going to kill him? But no, they kind of found out, the enemy decided, ew, you are fucking weird. You're turned on by combat? Like, oh, they were just like, ugh, it got really bad. So, most of our gameplays we had was these more advanced rules. We agreed upon these things. I've actually written them down and was a huge compendium, like I said before, to where I end up doing was also creating other games. But our this compendium, that is mainly me, but we agreed on certain things, and I had to do was define what the rules are. Plus, a lot of our other games we played were like other role-playing games. I even got books like from Robotech. So, adding more weapons that weren't actually in the manuals. So I had to write down a whole mess of things. So, yeah. But the original compendiums that we used for Dungeons & Dragons, like psychosis and drug addiction and stuff like this, to make it more real, we added it into the other games as well. So, we had it to where, hey, easily translates into the other games. Make it as real as possible. Make it as fun as possible. With our motto, well, we didn't really have a motto, but basically, if we did, it was this. The game was meant to be fun. If you're not having fun, then you're doing something wrong. That's basically it. So we played to be, semi-serious, but to take it into account, it's just a game, have fun, goof off, and whatever. But also take it to a serious point where we want our character to shine, to succeed, to grow. And we had our adventures. So a lot of our games, we wouldn't have like a continuing characters that go along constantly from adventure to adventure. Sometimes what we did was we created new characters right on the spot. A lot of times what we like doing is randomly picking of races plus of other characters, because I know, like in Dungeons & Dragons, you're gonna freak out people that certain races can only have certain classes. I know, but for fun, we decided to put in characters, certain race characters with also classes that cannot be used by them, but we did it anyways. Having a forest troll that happens to be a paladin for some fucking reason is a goddamn paladin. Why not? We did it anyways. Did we make up backstories? Fuck no. Only characters that seem cool enough? Yeah, but some games we actually did make background stories, but we didn't really have to. We just kind of say, okay, we'll just make this character. Uh, if you want a background story, make up one. You know, no one needs to ever hear everybody's story, but here's the reason why we are together and why we're on adventure. Most of the time, it's basically we're a bunch of mercenaries than anything else. That's the reason why we're together, and we're a group and we're on one of our wacky adventures, whatever it is. Looking for treasure or whatever. Or just, we find out, the Lich King is trying to take over the world or whatever it is, Or it's a dragon lich or something more horrendous like Tanthraxis coming and trying to wipe out all of humanity or something, Or the gods having their war on the plane of existence that we're playing in. Oh yeah, some of our games went into, other D&D game systems. Yeah. So this is kind of what I'm going to end up doing. It'll be animations, and I'll go in full detail of each of the stories, such as I'm thinking about my next story. It'll be the first of the series. It will be about the time that I played a paladin and I pwned our enemies by sliding my sword into a place that you probably would not expect somebody to thrust their sword into an enemy. I'll let you think about that. If you can figure out where did I shove my sword into this being, list below. Just write down what your idea it was. I will tell you if you're correct or wrong. Yeah. Till then, I'll see you on the other side. Oh yeah, and whatever you do, make sure that fuck it. See you then.